The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Welcome back, dears. How are you all? Fine. Okay. I'm very happy to see that most of you have done your exam very well and some of you have to work more. Okay. And some of you are preparing for your improvement exam. So make a timetable and study well. Okay. Okay, fine. So last class we have discussed about the structured query language, that is SQL, and its the basic keywords and the contents. Is it? So next we are going to the practical part, how we can create a table in the database using the SQL programming language. Okay, so let's see how we can create a table. So we have three types of commands in SQL. What are that? Data manipulation language and data definition language and data control language. Is it? So for creating tables we are using the DDL command, that is data definition language commands. Okay, how we can define a content. And here we are using the word create table. That is the word which uses to create a table in the database. Okay, and here we have to give the column name and its structure while declaring the contents. Okay, here you can see its content, that is syntax, the create table, that is the keyword we are using, that is the DDL command, and here the table name. Okay, if you are giving a school or any students, like that means you can give the table name, and in that you have to use the column name. Okay, with the angle bracket you can give the table name, and here it is the column name. If it is student mark list means you can give the student name, and another one is it's a data type. You have to declare the data type with that column name. Okay, and like that, in a rule, if you want to apply the primary key or any content means you can include that. Clear? So like this, you can give any number of column names with its data type and constraints. That means some rules or values. Okay, so it is the syntax. We'll see an example here. So before that, you have to check the rules of creating the tables and columns. Okay, what are the rules you have to follow? So like identify declaration, here also you have the rules for that. Okay, while naming the table name, you can use the letters, capital letters or small letters and the digits. Okay, and also the symbol. Clear? The underscore or dollar symbol you can use. Okay, the name must contain at least one character. If you are using the mark 1 or like that, if you want to include any numbers means you can use that any one letter you have to include that. Okay, and here the names must contain the white space. Okay, if you want to give any white space or the space means you can use that underscore with that. Okay, and same as don't use the SQL keyword, that is create table, and next one we are going to study about insert. Like that you have some keywords. You can't use the keyword the table name. Okay, like that how we can that is declaring the identifier. Okay, we have some rules to follow by typing the table name and column names. Okay, and next is the example. Here we have creating a student database. So creating a table, we have used the word create table, and next one is the student name. So to create a table, we have to use the keyword of the DDL command create table, and the table name is student. If you want to give any student details means, if you want to apply a space means you can use the underscore. Okay, while doing the practical programs, we'll discuss that. Okay, so here we have given the name student and the column admission number. And what are the columns we have used? admission number, gender, date of birth, is it, and family income. Just we have created a sample one, is it? For that admission number you are using that integer value, is it? That is a data type. Another one is name, is it? For what is the data type? Varchar. We have discussed about what is varchar. Another one is gender. Okay, for character, if you are using F or M means you can use the character. Okay, and here it is the date of birth, and here we have using the data type date. We have discussed about the different data types in the SQL, is it? And like that course and family income. Okay, according to the values you can declare your data type. Okay, this is the example of a table in SQL. Another one is constraints. If you want to give any primary key and some rules for this columns means you can use that. Some conditions, okay, that is known as constraints. So constraints are the rules or the conditions, okay, which we are entering the data and we have to give a particular condition for the columns or in a table. Okay, that is known as conditions. And here we can apply the constraints for column level and table level. Okay, we can apply the constraints in column level and table level. Clear? And next one is, what is the column constraints? The rules or the conditions we are applying in an individual columns in a table. That is known as column constraint. The first one is not null. That means you don't want to use the null value. Okay, it should be the column should contain any values. That is the not null value. Okay, another one is auto increment. That means by the word you can understand. Automatically it is increasing the value. That means if you are using roll number or any value, it will automatically, after entering the one value, it will automatically gives the value in the roll number column. Is it 1, 2, 3 like that? So that is the use of auto increment condition. Clear? Another one is unique. That means like primary key, you can give the value as unique. It should be a unique value like that. Okay, and same as primary key. So in primary key, we are making the condition as in the column, the particular column, it should be a unique value. If it is in admission number means it won't repeat the content. Okay, so for a particular column, we are applying the primary key. Clear? Okay, and next one is example of a table which we are creating with the constraints. We are applying the column constraints. Here you can see the admission number, integer data type and primary key. Okay, and auto increment. Here you can give the roll number. Admission number also it will be automatically increments. Okay, that is increasing the values. Here you can see that auto increment. So for one column we have applied the different constraint. Clear? And the name also it should not null. It should contain some values. And here it is gender. It should contain default value should be M. That is the constraint. Okay, if you have not entered any value means it automatically enter the value as M. Like this you can include the constraint in each column. Okay, some conditions you are giving them in a program. Okay, and the next is table constraint. So like column we can apply the conditions in tables. Okay, how we can give that? Let's see. Or the group of columns you can give the values. In table you can give a particular condition to 2 or 3 columns also. Okay, so let's see. Here create table. The table name is stock, is it? And item code here, the character is, you can give the data type as, and here it is the primary key, and it also auto increment also is applied. And here it is item name. It is varchar, and here it is not null. You have given the constraint here. Okay, and for the date time, the date rate is, and next one is rate. Here you have given the data type decimal. Okay, and next one is quantity. It is an integer value. It should be unique. Here we have applied the table constraint unique for the columns, item code and item name. Okay, so by giving that, the item code should be that it should be an unique one and it won't repeat that. So like this you can give the constraint for that table. Okay, so by declaring like this, it is known as table constraint. Okay, and the next one is viewing the structure of a table. So after creating the table in a database, let's see how the structure of that particular table. Okay, so for seeing that, you have the word describe. Okay, here you have the command. The syntax is like this, or else you can use the value DESC. Okay, so like this you can see the structure of the particular table. So here we have entered the student table, admission number, what is the data type, and it is the value is not null. Here it is, you can see that primary key. Like this you can see the structure of the particular table. So which keyword you are using? The describe. Next is show table. In a database, if you want to check how many tables it is present, means you can see the tables in a particular database. That is using the word show table. Clear? Okay. So here we have displayed the tables in the database. Only one table is present, so that is the student. The table's name is displays. Okay, fine. And next one is inserting the data. After creating table, we have to enter the details, is it? So how we can enter? For that we are using the DML command. So for creating table, which command we have used? DDL command. And here we are manipulating the data, is it? So for that we are using DML commands. So here you can use, while entering the data, you have to use insert into. Okay, and here the syntax insert into. If it is student, means student, and columns values you have to enter. Okay. So here you can see that insert into student, and you have to use the values. The word should be values. So during practical exam, it has happened to make a mistake, that is you will type that value. So it will show the error. So you have to enter values. Okay. And after that you can give the values according to your course. That means admission number, name, that is gender, and like that. Okay. So you should use the word insert into. If you are entering 10 values, means you should type insert into student values like this. 10 values you have to enter. 10 rows. Is it? And next one is how we can retrieve the information. After entering the values, you have to display some values or some contents, means you have to use a particular keyword select. Okay, you have to select the column name and another contents according to your use. If you want to display all the table, means you can use the command select star from and the table name. Okay, and here if you want to just display the name and course, means you can use like select name course from the student table. Okay, so like this you have to use, and these contents we are using mostly to display the contents. Okay, next class we will discuss some functions, how we can access the content in SQL. Okay, so complete the notes, study well. It's time to study. Okay students, don't be lazy. Okay, make a plan or timetable and study well. Okay, so we'll see you.